Jenny Blumberg. I'm not in right now, but if you leave your name and number, I should be able to get back to you sometime today or tomorrow. Isn't it romantic, merely to be young on such a night as this? Is 1, 2, 3. Is this the little girl I care about? Is this the little boy I play with? I don't remember growing old. Learning this day. This is your darling mother. I want to welcome you to your new apartment. Call me, sweetheart. Your father wants to talk to you.
Hey, Janie, it's Harriet. I can't help you unpack tonight. I have a job interview early tomorrow morning. Can you have breakfast with me afterwards? I'll meet you across the street from Rumpelmeyer's at 10. Oh, I ran into Cynthia Peterson on the street. I gave her your number. Please don't hate me. Bye.
Janie, it's your father. Call your mother.
Janie, it's Cynthia Peterson. Harriet told me you moved to New York. Why haven't you called me? Everything is awful. I'm getting divorced. I'm looking for a job. There are no men. Call me. Let's have lunch.
1, 2, 3.
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset. Quickly flows the day. Please hang up. There seems to be a receiver off the hook.
Hi-ho, it's off to work we go. I think I got the job. Hi, Jamie.
Oh, thank God you're here.
Yes, I'm here. I got your message last night.
The man I interviewed with was very impressed. I took a year off in Italy to look at pictures. I liked him. He was cold, aloof, distant, very sexy.
Ooh.
Can I have 8 of your tab?
Sure.
I got sent for breakfast. I told him I could come right back to Colgate for a second interview. Janie, I think our move back to New York is going to be very successful.
It is.
Of course, there's absolutely no reason why you should believe
You
me.
have an MBA of A from Harvard. Why shouldn't I believe
You
you?
sound like your mother.
No, Tasha would believe you because you're thin. Look at us. You look like a Vermeer, and I look like an extra in Potemkin.
Oh. Uh-oh, I think someone's watching us.
Do I look all right? Do you know what I resent? What? Just about everything except you. I resent having to pay the phone bill, be nice to the super, fall in love, get hurt, find meaningful work. All of it I resent deeply.
What's the alternative?
Dependency? I could marry the creep who's watching us. No. That's no solution. I could go back to Brookline and get another master's in something useful like women's pottery. I could do some freelance writing. Oh, it's exhausting.
I know. Uh-oh, I think he's coming.
Hi,
Hi.
you're Harriet Cornwall. I sat behind you in 20th Century Problems. I always thought you were a beautiful girl. Marty Sterling.
Hi. And this is Janie Blumberg.
Sure, I remember you. You and Harriet were together at Cambridge all the time. I always thought you were more attainable. Frightened to death, but attainable. I'm not attracted to cold people anymore. I mean, who needs that kind of trouble?
I don't know.
So, what do you do?
Oh, I scream here on Central Park South. I'm taking a break right now.
Janie and I just moved back to New York together. Well, at the same time. I lived in Italy for a year, and Janie was lingering in Brookline, Mass.
Good old Brookline. Ever go to Jack and Marion's restaurant? Unbelievable kasha vanishka.
Excuse me?
Kasha, little noodle bow ties with barley. Oh, my father's in the restaurant business. Ever hear of the old Sterling Taverns?
Sure, that's a national chain.
My father's chain.
Wow.
Well.
Well.
Well, I have to go. I'm a doctor. I'm on call. Kidneys.
Well. Why don't you two just sit here and reminisce about 20th century problems? Just ignore me. I'll just...
Well, I wish I could, but I have to go. It was sure nice seeing you. Bye. Janie Blumberg. Is your brother Ben Blumberg?
Yep, that's her brother Ben.
I went to Camp Kibbutz with Ben when I was 9.
That's my brother Ben.
Will you tell him Murray Schlimovitz says hello?
Who's Murray Schlimovitz?
Well, me. Before my father owned the Sterling Taverns, he owned the Schlimovitz kosher dairy restaurants in Brooklyn. But around 15 years ago, all the restaurants burned down. So, for the sake of the family name and business, we changed our names before I entered Harvard. Well, it was nice seeing you. Bye.
What were you doing? Maybe you two should sit and reminisce about 20th century problems.
Marty Sterling would make a girl a nice husband.
Now you really sound like your mother.
Do you know who that man's father is?
Uh-huh. He's an arsonist.
No! He's a genius! He's a genius! You know that little man who comes on television in the pilgrim suit and the colonial hat? He's giving away all the popovers and shrimp you can eat at ye old salad and relish bar? Captain Milty? That man is Marty Sterling's father.
It's all right. I can make do without Dr. Murray Marty and his father's popovers. Listen, I've got to get back to Colgate. My friend Joe Stein says they only have you back if they're going to hire you.
Well, if you don't marry Marty Sterling, I will. Wait till I tell my parents I ran into him. Oh, Tasha Blumberg will have the caterers on the other extension.
I don't think marrying him is a solution.
Well?
Do I look like a successful single woman?
Well...
What well?
You know the wisdom of Tasha Blumberg?
Which one?
Always look good, darling, even when you take out the garbage. Put on your jacket, sweetheart. Walk with your head up, your chest out, and think, I am.
Will you walk me back to Colgate?
Sure. Good. I can be seen with you now.
I hope, it's off to work we go.
Act 1, Scene 2. Jenny's apartment on 3. Ready?
All right, come on. Come on.
Janie, I got the job. Sorry I got you up so early. I love you. Bye. School bells ringing, children sing. It's back to Robert Hall again. Bye.
Miss Bloomberg, this is Julie Stern at Women's Work magazine. We read your portfolio. Our readers feel you haven't experienced enough women's pain to stimulate our market. Thank you.
Janie, it's Cynthia. There's a Live Men, Live Women mixer at the Unitarian Church on Friday. Hey, it got a 4-star rating in Wisdom's Child. My cousin Felice met an anthropologist there, and she's in much worse shape than either one of us. Want to go?
Is this the little girl I carried? Is this the little boy at play? Good morning, sweetheart. Congratulations on your new apartment.
What?
Your father and I came to congratulate you on your new apartment. What kind of place is this? There isn't a doorman. Is this place safe for you?
What are you doing here?
I came to celebrate. You know your mother. I love life. I came over yesterday, but you weren't here, and I thought something was worrying. So I had the super give me the key.
Oh.
I thought something happened with the movers.
Nothing happened with the
good.
movers. Mother, it's 7 o'clock.
Isn't that nice? Now you can have breakfast with me and your father.
No, I can't.
Oh, this is great.
Movement 1. Bend feet and ankles up and down.
What are you doing?
I'm warming up for my morning dance class.
Oh.
Why don't you get up and do it with me? Maybe if you exercise, you'd have enough energy to unpack your crates.
I've only been here 2 nights. I'll unpack them later.
Janie, people who wait, wait. I like go, go, go. Watch, I'll show you how it's done. The girls at dance class admire me so much. They only wish their mothers had as much energy as I do.
They probably wear clothes.
Why are you so modest?
I am your daughter. I should not be seeing you in tie-dyed underwear.
Are you making fun of me?
I'm not making fun of you.
1, 2, 3, hip. 1, 2, 3, hip.
Where's Daddy?
I sent him to get some coffee.
Do the girls at dance class think it's odd you order up coffee every morning?
Sweetheart, when you get married, you make the breakfast. And if you want to make sausages, that's fine. I'll eat sausages. Anything. Jeannie, you have everything to look forward to. Don't lie there like a body. I remember when you were in high school, the mothers would stop me on the street, and they'd say, "You must be so proud of your daughter. She's such an intelligent child." If only my daughters were like her.
What are the names of these mothers? I want names.
Oh, there's your father with the coffee. Hi, honey.
Janie, is this place safe for you? There isn't a doorman. Why don't you put in that lock I bought you in Brookline?
I left it there.
You left it in Brookline? That lock cost $50.
I got it here somewhere. I have it, Dad.
You want to split this egg sandwich with me?
Simon, there's a proper way to do this. First, we have to toast Janie's new apartment. I remember my new apartment in New York. I was much younger than you, and I was married to your father. Well, congratulations, welcome home, and maybe next year you'll be in a big apartment, and we'll bring up 4 coffee.
You want me to have a roommate?
I want you to be happy. Simon, talk to her like a father and a daughter. Maybe she'll tell you her problems.
I don't have any problems. So, Dad, how's the business?
Your father. Always with the business, right? You want to see something, Janie? Smell bits.
Oh, that's nice.
I can't make them fast enough. And then those jerks send me 1,000,000 envelopes without any perfume. You know what that's going to do to the Valentine season? Your father. Always with the headaches.
Oh, it'll be all right. I like it. Smells like the state of Maine.
You want to come down to the business today and see whether it interests you? Then I'll take you skating after work.
I can't this week. I have to follow up on some leads here. But some other time I'd like to.
Is that an outfit? Simon, from a man's point of view, is this some appetizing outfit?
If you were a lawyer like your brother Ben, then it makes sense to go out on your own. But I don't understand why a girl with your intelligence should be freelance writing when you could take over a business.
Christ is thinking of going to law school when the children get a little older.
Who?
His sister-in-law, Christ.
Chris, Mother. It's Chris. I'll come down and see your place sometime next week, Dad. I promise.
Take your time, honey. Whenever you're ready.
My 2 big doings. If not today, then tomorrow. Well, I can't sit like you two. One, 2, 3, hip. 1, 2, 3, hip.
I won't dance. Don't ask me.
My God, look at these thighs. I'm dying.
Oh, what's his name called our house last night looking for you?
Who? Who?
The pop-over boy. He called Ben because they went to summer camp together. And Ben didn't have your new number, so he told him to call us.
Ben told Marty Sterling to call.
Why can't you walk into a room with your chest out and your head high and think, I am? Is that right, Simon?
Huh? What is it?
Simon, enough with the envelope, sweetheart. Come here. Look at your daughter. From a man's point of view, is that some beautiful face?
Yes, I am beautiful. Every time I take out the garbage, people stop me on the street to tell me how beautiful I am. And when Marty Sterling asked me to marry him, he's going to say, I want to spend the rest of my life with you because every member of your family calls me the pop-over boy, and I want to be near your mother in her tie-dyed underwear.
She's making fun of me again.
I'm not making fun of you. It's good to be home.
Oh, sweetheart.
If I were still in Brooklyn, what time is it? 7:15. If I was still in Brookline by 7:15, I'd still be asleep. Here by 7:15, you get a catered meal and a floor show.
Oh, the girls at dancing school always have a good time with Tasha. Honey, we've got to go. I know you would like me to stay. I loved your cooking. But I know we have to go. Your father is not the only one who has a job to go to. I'm demonstrating in dance class today.
Have a nice day, Jenny.
Bye.
Where are you going? Give us some money for the new lock.
Oh. Honey, I'm sorry if I seem preoccupied. Mother walks me to work every day now. Once I walk a few blocks, my mind gets stimulated. You know, Jenny, I used to have the same trouble with my legs as you do. I would have to sit in bed and rest all the time. But you know what makes the difference?
What?
Ripple soles. You get a pair of shoes like these, and then you're in business.
Thanks, Daddy.
So you'll call this Marty Sterling?
Yes, I'll call him. I will call him.
Am I getting shorter? I'm getting shorter.
You're fine, Mother.
Janie, don't lie there like a body. You have everything to look forward to. You can get married. You can have a career. And you can learn how to tap dance.
Are you taking tap dancing?
It's part of life. Watch, I'll show you what I learned. There are shuffle, shuffle hop, lap ball change, lap ball change. It's so wonderful. I just feel it. Ta-da!
I told your mother she could run her own dancing school.
2 lessons.
Don't you think your mother looks nice? That's a new attaché.
I'm an executive mother.
Looks very nice.
Would you like it?
No, Mother, you keep it.
Let's go, dear. Oh, remember, ripple soul.
Janie, only old ladies sigh.
All right. Come on. Hey. Come on. Hey, that's it. That's a spirit.
We're going.
Hey, let's get down to business. Let's go to Lillian's office.
Yeah, you better dress better, though.
Oh, what's wrong with my dress?
Well, I need two guys to play secretaries, you and you. Hey,
Pushy, pushy, pushy.
What is this? Come on, guys. What are we doing here? Are we taking all day?
yeah. Okay, guys, remember, dress better.
Obviously, Dick, our only choice is to go national with this. I don't care what some kid in your department says about numbers. Hold on a minute, will you? Lillian Cornwall. Pauline, no one's picking up the phone here. Dick, trust me on this one. I'm not being too harsh. No, I didn't think so. Well, thank you. Oh. Lillian Cornwall's office. Pauline! I'm sorry, Mrs. Cornwall isn't in right now. May I take a message? Dick, it's you. Well, tell the kid in your department I appreciate his confidence. What can I say? I'm a beautiful, successful, brilliant woman. Dick, I'm simply not a kid. Hold on a sec, will you? Yes, Pauline? Oh, Dick, my lovely daughter's here. I've got to go.
Hello, Mother.
Hello, baby. Oh, it's nice to see you.
You're looking well.
What brings you here? Can I order you a salad or some lunch? I'd call Tom and get us into the Four Seasons. I have a meeting in a few minutes.
That's okay. I've got to get right back to the office. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! I bought this for you in Italy before I ran out of money.
Oh, God. This meeting is a birthday thing. Oh, thank you, Harriet. It's very handsome. So, how are things at Colgate?
Fine.
Don't say fine, Harriet. You're a Harvard MBA. I expect an analysis.
We're changing the test market from Sacramento to Syracuse.
Oh, makes sense. And your personal life?
Mother.
I don't have much time to catch up. I have a meeting.
My personal life is okay.
Oh, is that better or worse than fine?
It's okay. Janie's back in New York, and that's nice. I see my friend Joe Stein from time to time.
Oh, nice boy.
Nice, a little dull.
Oh, sweet, though. No, you're right, a little dull.
And I am sort of interested in some guy in my office.
Ooh, is that a good idea?
I'm not seeing him. I'm just attracted.
Sounds like a pleasant arrangement. What does he do?
Mother.
His job, baby. What does he do?
He does all right. He's my boss's boss.
Oh, how old is he?
Around 40.
Oh, 40. Oh, he should be further along than your boss's boss.
Happy birthday, Mother.
Harriet, you can ask me questions about my life just as soon as I'm finished with yours. You're not making this easy, baby.
Sometimes you're hard to take, Mother.
So they say. Be there in a minute, Bill. My daughter's with me. Can she be present at this meeting? I thought so. Thanks, Bill. It is a birthday thing. Oh, Harriet, why don't you come with me? You could be my date.
Do you remember when you take me to Barbados to group sales meetings, and I would appear in Mary Jane's as your date at candlelit dinners by the ocean?
Well, you were a wonderful date. Interesting, attractive, bright. Certainly more suitable than what was available.
Crazy. I hope I'm gonna be all right.
Oh, you'll be fine. Don't dwell on it. Your generation is absolutely fascinated with itself. Think about technology. Technology will change our world significantly. So, you want to come?
Sure.
Oh, God, I dread going to these kinds of things.
Me too.
Oh, I'm not being too harsh.
No, you're not being too harsh.
Oh, good. Oh, comb your hair, baby. I like it better off your face. Yes, that's nice.
Oh, dear, now, how would you get me early? Hey, I tell you what. What? Let's go to the Italian restaurant.
I need a waiter. How about you? Okay?
Oh, that'll be neat.
I'll play the next.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Stepping out, it's a wrong cousin. It's for sure not for me that I'm always stepping out. It's better to be so. Never felt quite tonight. And I keep on going. Let's go. Every season comes, I'm trimming my sails.
Trimming my sails.
When the bright shine on my shoes and on my nails. It's a go. Instead of out with my face. Can't go wrong, cause ask me when.
Do you want dessert? Because if you don't like the dessert here, my father's giving away free popovers in the Paramus Mall. So, what do you think you'll do now?
With my life? At this restaurant. Tonight.
I mean, now that you're home.
Oh, I don't know. Retire? I sent away for some brochures to Heritage Village.
But, I think about retirement. Well, not that I don't like being a doctor. It's just that I don't want to get trapped, know what I mean? First, just the Cuisinart. Then the bigger apartment. Then the Mercedes. The next thing you know, you're charging $250 to Mrs. Feldman with the rash to tell her, Mrs. Feldman, you got a rash?
Whenever I get most depressed, I think I should take charge of my life and apply to medical school. And then I realized I once identified the liver as the heart. No, really. I identified the left ventricle and the right auricle on this liver.
I left medical school after a year to do carpentry for a year.
Oh, your father must have liked that.
Well, he wants me to be happy. I'm very close to my parents.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just thinking about my parents.
Are you close to them?
Well, in a way. She's a dancer, and he's very sweet. It's complicated.
Well, my father started out in show business. He used to tell jokes at Grossingers.
Oh.
Well, that's why he does the popover commercials himself. Well, now he's the Toastmaster General for the United Jewish Appeal.
Have you ever been to Israel?
I worked on a kibbutz the second time I dropped out of medical school. Well, Israel's very important to me. In fact, I have to decide next month whether I want to open up my practice here in New York or in Tel Aviv.
Oh.
You're not anti-Israel, are you?
No, of course not.
Oh.
It's just that I prefer the older ones. The ones my age, I'd still be asleep and they'd be out turning a desert into a forest. I prefer the older ones. They had more humanity. They rested sometimes.
I think Jewish families should have at least 3 children.
Excuse me?
Well, it's a dying religion. Intermarriage, Ivy League colleges, the New York Review of Books. So, how's Harriet?
She's fine.
She's not sweet like you.
Harriet is wonderful.
Well, she's like those medical school girls. They're nice, but they bite your balls off. I mean, you think Israelis have no sense of humor? Women medical students are worse. Janie, you're one of the few real people I've ever met in a long time. I mean, most of the women I meet aren't funny.
Marty, I think I should tell you right now that I find the fact that you don't like women doctors discouraging and discriminatory. I probably would be a happier, healthier person if I actually did go out into the desert and turn it into a forest. But I am far too selfish and self-involved. I have very fat thighs who like very much to be someone else without going through the actual transferring into someone else. And I have very little courage, but yet I have very little patience with others who don't.
Is that it?
And I want you to like me very much.
Well, do you like me?
Yes.
Sounds tentative. Most women fall in love the moment they hear, Volare. Maybe this will help. I bought it for you when I was in Roma.
I wondered why there was swizzle sticks in the wine.
I got a connection to the restaurant business. Do you want to go home, monkey?
What?
Do you want me to take you home?
No, my interior decorator is there.
You want to go to my parents' house? I mean, they should be out late tonight. After Paramus, there's a UJA testimonial dinner for my father. It's very important to him because he's been giving away so much free shrimp at the salad bar, they're about to revoke his job as Toastmaster.
You know, it's weird going to someone's parents' house. Shouldn't we have mortgages and children and stuff?
You'll be all right, monkey. Come on, I'll help you.
What'll I do for you?
Oh, be sweet. I need attention, a great deal of attention.
Okay, let's get some light.
I know. Give me an H!
Hey!
Give me an A!
Hey!
What's that smell?
Ha! Harriet!
Harriet's apartment!
Yeah! All right. Hey, Harriet's got a hot date tonight. Oh, really? Again? Oh.
One thing.
I know the way you look divine on a night like free for me, imagination. I'm not away. Oh, you remind me a lot of my first wife.
Mr. Stewart, would you like something to drink? I don't have much. I just moved here.
Scotch on the rocks. My first wife hated office Christmas parties.
I'm sorry, did I make you mad?
Definitely not. You're one of the most amusing people I've met at Colgate in a long time. Can I tell you something as a friend? You don't have to call me Mr. Stewart.
I think it's funny your name is Paul Stewart. If your name was Brooks Brothers, I'd call you Mr. Brothers. Pate?
Yes, please. Where are you from originally? Oh. Have you ever noticed when you try a conversation over like, where are you from originally? You always sound like a jerk.
I grew up in New York. My mother still lives on East 69th Street.
East 69th Street. You're a rich kid.
No, upper middle class.
Only rich kids know what upper middle class is.
Well, I wasn't spoiled. Definitely not spoiled.
Your father was a lawyer.
No, my mother's an executive.
Was your mother Lily in Cornwall?
Yep.
Jesus! I interviewed with your mother once. That woman's got balls. Do you know what it took for a woman at her time to get as far as she did?
Yep.
Poor baby, I'll bet you do. Would you like me to spoil you a bit? Relax. For a girl with such a good mind, you get tense too easily. Why are you laughing?
You're amazing. First you tell me how amusing I am, then you want to spoil me, and now you tell me what a good mind I have. What are you going to do next? Ask me to come up and see your etchings? I'm sorry. This is making me all a little bit uncomfortable. Office romance and all of that. I mean, you're my boss's boss.
Harriet, did you know that 40% of the people at McKinsey are having inter-office affairs?
How do you know that?
A friend of mine did the study. Look, I live with another woman, so no one will have to know. Is that an incentive?
Kathy? Do you live with Kathy?
How do you know Kathy?
She calls the office 3 times a day.
You've been paying attention.
I'm a smart kid.
You're a smart woman.
Paul, I generally try not to get involved with unavailable men.
You've never been with a married man before? How old are you?
You all right?
Jesus! Were there any nuts in that pate?
You?
My doctor told me not to eat nuts.
Oh.
I've got this stomach thing. I tell you, when you start getting older, you really got to watch it. She'll take good care of me, right, Beauty?
Where are you from originally?
You're excited. Well, don't be embarrassed, Beauty. I'll be wonderful for you, Harriet. You'll try to change me, you realize you can't. And furthermore, I'm not worth it. So you'll marry some nice investment banker and make your mother happy.
I don't think my mother particularly wants me to get married. I don't particularly want me to get married.
You'll change your mind. Career girls, when they get 30, all change their mind. Look, whatever's going on here, we better do it quickly because Kathy is expecting me home with the laundry at 11. I'm very attracted to you, Harriet.
%40 of the people at McKinsey.
Those are only the ones crazy enough to fill out the questionnaire?
Okay, guys, let's go. We're going to Janie's apartment. Let's just use the same sofa. Nobody will notice.
Sure?
That's a good idea.
That's good.
I like that.
Save us some work. Oh, don't forget the typewriter.
Don't forget the pipe. Nice. Don't
You
forget
see
the
this?
Yeah.
It's not here.
Oh, no.
Typewriter. Congratulations on your new apartment.
Harriet, I've been here 3 months.
I know, that's why I came to celebrate. I decided this morning it was time for you to unpack. Uh-oh. Did I walk in with my right foot first?
I don't know.
I have to do it again. Congratulations on your new apartment.
What are you doing?
I looked this all up very carefully in the Oxford Companion to Jewish Life.
I'm not familiar with this companion.
You must walk into a new apartment with your right foot first in order to set you off on the right foot. Here, I also brought you a housewarming gift. But you cannot open it until we get you settled in.
You know I can't postpone gratification to it.
Janie, you've got to make a home for yourself.
Harriet, what are you doing? You're flying around the room.
Saturday.
The day of rest. Didn't they tell you that in the Oxford Companion?
Paul Stewart's stay at home with Kathy. Here, you want me to put this typewriter in your bed?
No, I'm working. Marty's father hired an actor to play a popover at the opening of the Sterling Taverns in Green Acres Mall, and Marty got me a job writing the popover's opening remarks.
Oh.
Don't you miss not seeing Paul on the weekends?
No. It's okay. As I see it, Paul Stewart is fine until the right relationship comes along, similar to the Case method. And he's great in bed.
You know, Marty claims to have slept with over 100 visiting nurses while he was in Harvard.
Really?
Actually, I just told you that to make you sit.
So, is it, something with Marty?
Well, he decided to open his practice here next month, and he's invited me to his parents' house for Hanukkah. Every now and then I walk down the street and I think, if I don't step on any cracks, I'm going to marry Marty. Whatever happened to Janie Blumberg? Oh, she's such a nice girl. Oh, she did so well for herself. She married Marty the doctor. They're giving away popovers in Paris. Hattie,
Yeah.
do you think I should marry Marty?
You know, I've always hated women who sit around and complain how there are no men in New York, or everyone's gay or married.
What has that got to do with my marrying Marty?
Well, these women would tell you, marry him. He's straight, he'll make a nice living, he'll be a good father. You know, what women like Cynthia Peterson don't realize is no matter how lonely you get or how many birth announcements you receive, the trick is not to get frightened. There's nothing wrong with being alone.
Remember when we would iron our hair and listen to My Guy before going to the high school dance?
Oh, God, I blocked all of that out.
I remember going to the dance, looking over the prospects and thinking, when I'm 28, I'm going to marry and be very much in love with someone who's poor and fascinating until he's 30. And after that, he's going to be wealthy and very secure. And we're going to have children who are overalls and flannel shirts and are kind and independent and have naturally curly blonde hair. And we're going to have great sex and still hold hands when we travel to China when we're 60.
I never thought about any of that. Maybe it's because I'm Lillian's daughter. But I never learned to respect women who couldn't live alone and pay their own rent. Imagine going through life pretending you weren't a person. To compromise at this point would be anti-feminist or anti-humanist. Well, just not impressive. Am I being too harsh?
No, just rhetorical.
I don't know.
Hello. Hi.
Do you have the right apartment?
You Miss Bloomberg?
Yes.
For you. I am Vladimir. I am filmmaker from Moscow. I drive taxi cab now.
Hello. Janie.
Hi.
Do you like this new screen? Oh, Harriet. We thought you might need something when you entertain at home.
Don't force it, Simon. Hello, sweetheart.
Oh, Mother.
Harriet, you look wonderful. Tell me, are you seeing anybody these days?
Sort of.
We met Vladimir on the cab ride down here. He came from Moscow 6 weeks ago.
Oh, that's nice. Do you like it here?
Hello. Hi.
He doesn't speak very much English.
Oh, that doesn't make any difference. If you like people who can speak any language. I can get along in any country. If you smile and you dance, everybody understands.
My mother identifies with Zorba the Greek.
Da, spasibo. Zorba.
Tell me, Harriet, what do you think of that screen? I saw some that was a little different, but I thought she would think it was too old or too new. It's gold.
I like it very much. It's, primitive.
Vladimir, maybe you'd like to stay here and put the screen together. Mrs. Blumberg and Harriet and I can bring you up some coffee.
Coffee. Regular.
You sit down. Harriet, come join us. Harriet from Colgate Palmolive.
He's a nice boy. Don't you think he's a nice boy, Jane? Seems intelligent, too. I thought maybe if things didn't work out with you and Marty, I'd take him into the business.
I don't believe it. He's been here 6 weeks and already he has a wife, a business, and a dancing mother-in-law.
What's wrong with giving a guy a break?
Dad, get out of here.
Thank you, Vladimir. We'll take the taxi uptown to Rockefeller Center.
I take Mr. Blumberg skating every Saturday.
My partner keeps me in shape.
Harriet, you do look wonderful. Tell me, who is it that you're seeing?
She's seeing someone who's married.
Let's go, dear.
Bye. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye. One of these days, I'm going to write a book. My mother herself. I'm sorry, Hattie. That was the only way I could get rid of him.
Did Tasha go on safari?
No, she went hunting at Kmart. Hattie, they brought a Russian taxi cab driver for me to marry. Maybe I can move back to Brookline tomorrow.
You can't leave me here with Lillian and Paul Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I brought Lillian a birthday present that I bought with my last lira in Italy. She hardly opened it. She couldn't wait to get back to the intercom to harass Pauline. Oh, sit. It's the day of rest.
Uh-huh.
Now you can open your present.
Oh, goody. What kind of diet are you on?
According to the Oxford Companion, this is what your family brings you when you move into a new home. Bread, the staple of life. Sugar, something sweet in your life.
Aww.
And salt, a little spice in your life.
I have that.
And close your eyes. A candle to light the way.
Aww.
You know what I remember more than those mixers?
What?
Remember when you and I would get together for dinner because Lillian was at a meeting and Tasha only had brewer yeast in the refrigerator?
Oh, yeah.
I remember thinking, well, I do have a family. Janie's my family. But that still helps a lot. I always assumed it was a sort of pact.
It is. Hattie, thank you for my gift from my family. Cheers.
L'chaim. Oh, it won't work. It won't work.
Hey
What?
guys, I
What's
tell you,
wrong? What?
it says
What?
Act 1, Scene 7, both apartments. Huh?
We
Whoa.
tried it last
don't know.
night. It didn't work.
I don't know how we're gonna fit all that stuff on here. But it's in the contract. We gotta do it.
do it. Sure.
I won't care.
I'm trying to get you to do it. It won't work. I keep telling you the director it won't work. It's okay.
Janie Blumberg, this is Hart Farrell in the Personnel Department at Sesame Street. A temp in our office recognized your name for a part you played in the Green Acres Mall.
Hey, this is
I
the
heard your
bedroom
pieces.
scene.
I'm going to pass them on to Taja Kaplan. Nice song, love.
Oh yeah, slow-mo's coming on TV too.
Janie, it's Cynthia. Thank God you have your machine on. I'm home. I'm broke. My trainer is on retreat. Oh God, I've been rejected by every man on the Upper West Side. I'm about to get drunk. Janie, do you know a good dry cleaner?
Okay.
fucked up Hanukkah.
You were sweet.
I'm sorry I spilled horseradish on your sister-in-law. They have a nice baby. Really, Shlomo is very sweet. I'm sorry I spilled horseradish on Shlomo.
You worry too much, just like my mother. She says you're a bit shy and clumsy because you're angry with your family. She also says don't worry, you'll grow out of it. I told her your mother was a bit cuckoo.
Martin, I am reflective and eager to please, and my mother is a pioneer in interpretive dance.
Don't be so defensive, sweetheart.
Everything about you is so simple.
Well, everything by you is harder than it has to be. I mean, you think my sister-in-law knew what she was doing when she married my brother? Wait a minute. That didn't come out right.
It's okay.
Well, you know what I mean. My sister-in-law had even less direction than you do, and she's a bright girl, too. But she met my brother, and now she's a wonderful mother. And believe me, when Shlomo's a little older, she'll go back to work. She'll do something nice like teach or work with the elderly. But she won't try and conquer the world, and she'll have a nice life. Monkey. I don't want to be alone. But I think it's going to be okay with us. I love you. I put a deposit down for an apartment in Brooklyn for us today.
What?
Well, I figured if I waited for you to move, we'd never take anything. And I need a place to live before I open my practice. You don't have to pay your part of the deposit now. I could wait a month. Is that okay?
Sure.
I figured we should live in Flatbush or Brighton Beach, you know, where people have real values. My father never sees those people anymore. The alpacacas, the old men with the accents who sit in front of Jaime's Highway Delicatessen. I miss them. My father never goes to Miami anymore. They go to Palm Springs or Martinique with their friends from the Westchester Country Club. My father thought my brother was crazy when he named his son Shlomo. He kept saying, "So what's his real name?" My father will think I'm crazy when we move to Brooklyn.
Marty.
What is it, Monkey? Are you angry?
Well, I like the alpacacas too. As a matter of fact, I always figured Herman Wouk should write a novel. Young Caca. I don't know.
Janie, what don't you know? You're 28 years old. What I'm saying is, either you want to be with me, you don't have to, you should just want to, or you should just forget the whole thing.
I want to.
Well, then what's the problem?
No problem.
Hey, what time is it? I promised my father we'd watch a new TV commercial.
Melody Sterling.
I know that man.
With a popover boy and my grandson Shlomo. What am I giving away today, Shlomo?
We're giving away shrimp. We're giving away lobster. We're giving away coleslaw.
How do you like that shrimp, Shlomo?
Good.
Sterling Tavern, now located in Green Acres, ISF Terminus, Albany, Plattsburgh, Marine Park, Dockytown, Lakewood, Madison, Bethesda, and the Bergen Mall.
Why are you laughing? The man's a marketing genius. He's giving away shrimp. He's giving away coleslaw. I've never heard of such an incentive program. How much can you give away and still make a profit? It's good, Grandma.
Where are you going?
It's late.
You could spend the night.
Kathy.
Do you love Kathy?
She's devoted to me.
Does Kathy exist?
Of course Kathy exists.
I thought maybe Kathy was an answering service you hired to call you 3 times a day.
Did I tell you to deal from strength?
Yes.
Oh, sometimes I'm a jackass. You're sweet, Harry. Do you know that? You're a real sweet woman. A lot of people never get off their entire life. I wonder if your mother had good sex.
My mother likes to watch the Rockford File reruns at 11. Paul, I don't think other people spend as much time thinking about sex as you do.
Tell me what you like, Beauty.
You know, the other day I was standing in front of your office with my PERT charts. You called your secretary Beauty. You called whoever called you on the phone Beauty. And I think you called the 90-year-old messenger boy from Ogilvy and Mather Beauty.
I see what's going on here. It's the old I'm afraid of turning 30 alone, and I'm beginning to think about having a family.
Wanting 2 nights a week or a sleepover date isn't quite a family.
Baby, I'm older than you. I've been through this with a lot of women. You want a man who sees you as a potential mother, but also someone who isn't threatened by your success and is deeply interested in it. And the same man should be thought of as intelligent by your friends, but when you need him, he should drop whatever it is he's doing and be supportive.
I'm not asking for you from that. Why are you so bitter?
Don't be naive. Everything's a negotiation, Harriet. Everything. When I graduated from Yale, I thought I'd find a nice wife who would cook me dinner, we'd have a few kids, and I'd support the family. And a few years up, we'd get a house in Madison, Connecticut for the weekends. But the girl I married never cooked. She wasn't lucky like you. Girls didn't assume they'd have careers then. My wife was just very bright and very unhappy. But the ones I date now, the ones like you, the MBAs from Harvard, they want me to be the wife. They want me to be the support system. Well, I can't do that. Harriet, I didn't know that's the way it's supposed to be.
I never knew what way it was supposed to be.
What do you mean?
I really don't expect anything from you.
You and I are a lot alike, Harriet. We don't want to be alone, and we don't want to move forward. We serve a perfect function, blocking each other's lives.
I like you, Paul.
Oh, poor baby.
I'm hungry, Monkey. What do you got to eat?
The phone number of every delicatessen on the Upper East and West Side. The Four Brothers Necropolis, the Four Brothers.
I'll go to the supermarket. I'll get some lettuce and stuff.
No. We can order up a salad.
Monkey, you don't know how to cook a chicken?
I do. I can make Teflon chicken.
You know, you shouldn't put yourself down like that.
Marty, I love you. We can take the place in Brooklyn. I just want to be with you.
Hello?
Hattie, how do you cook a chicken? Marty's coming back here in 5 minutes with a chicken.
Well, do you want Florentine or something nice?
Hattie, hurry. I can't tell him I don't know how. He took an apartment for us in Brooklyn. I can't tell him we have to order a chicken.
Why Brooklyn?
He likes the old Secaucus. He likes Jaime. Haime's Highway Delicatessen.
Excuse me?
He likes the old Secaucus.
Beauty, do you have any diet
Just a
pills?
second, Marty. Hattie, how do you old Secaucus? I'm coming already. I'm coming. Wait. Oh.
Hello. Hi. I am in the neighborhood, so I dropped by. Want to go see the sorrow and the pity?
Hattie, I have to go. Vladimir's here. He wants to go see the sorrow and the pity. When can I see you?
I don't know. I don't have my book here.
What's wrong with this mouthwash?
It's a Colgate product.
And the door. Door, yes. Knock, knock. Answer the door. Yeah.
Oh, Hattie.
Oh, hello, Vladimir. How are you?
Hello. Hi. How's it going?
Katie, I brought over a coffee cake.
Oh, Beauty, I gotta go. Kathy.
Me too. The Rockford product.
Monkey, I got the chicken.
Marty, this is my father, Simon Blumberg, and Vladimir.
Nice to meet you. Mrs. Blumberg will be so sorry she missed you.
Hattie.
Hello. Hi.
Vladimir is my friend. Janie doesn't even know him. He's a filmmaker from Moscow. Let's go, Vladimir. Nice to meet you. My best to your family.
I think we've got a good thing going. Think about it.
Hattie.
Jeannie?
Who's the filmmaker?
Friend of my father's.
I'm hungry. Are you sure you know how to cook a chicken? I'll go warm up the oven.
I'll get the stapler.
Jeannie, you never mentioned an apartment. When did you see it?
Oh, I haven't seen it. Marty told me about it this evening after I spilled horseradish all over baby Shlomo.
Jeannie, people named Homo and Schleimy. I think our move back to New York has been very successful. I've met a sadist vice president, and you've become involved in a shtetl.
Monkey!
Just a minute, Marty. How do you cook a chicken?
You just put it in the broiler.
Who told you this? Thanks, Hattie. Bye.
Bye.
Beauty, Thursday the laundry's open till midnight.
Monkey, the oven's ready.
Mrs. Blumberg. Mrs. Blumberg. Lily in Cornwall.
How are you? Oh, excuse my appearance. I just had a dance class. A real workout I had today.
Oh, you look marvelous.
Oh, thank you.
So how's Ben?
Oh, Ben's fine. He's a lawyer with Corvette. Corvette.
And Simon?
Oh, Simon, he's busy with his business. He would love Janie to take over, but she's really happy freelance writing.
I've always liked Janie. She's such a bright girl.
I keep telling her. People stop me on the street to tell me how bright she is, but she doesn't believe me. Tell me, you hear the girls a lot? I call and I get her answering machine all the time.
I reach Harriet's secretary. Or rather, my secretary reaches Harriet's secretary.
Your Harriet's always been such a hard worker.
Harriet tells me that Janie's been seeing a nice boy.
Yeah, but so what? Well, Harriet and Janie are both nice girls. They deserve a little knocker. You know what I mean? A little happiness.
Oh, sure.
You probably have to go. Appointments, you're a busy lady, right?
Actually, I was going to surprise Harriet and take her to a nice lunch, but her secretary told me she was in a meeting. So I decided to treat myself to a Frankfurter in the park. I haven't had a Frankfurter in the park since I lived in England 30 years ago.
Can I tell you something? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot your first name.
Lillian.
Lillian, you really shouldn't be eating these. Do you know Have one of these. All the girls in dance class carry little plastic bags of little green beans.
Thank you.
Great. Excuse me. I always tell Janie only old ladies sigh. You know, my husband has an expression. Everything presses itself out. Believe me, Harry will find a nice boy. She'll get married. She'll have a good job. She'll have a good life. I don't understand why they're fighting it so hard.
Actually, I don't think Harriet thinks about marriage very much.
These days, they live together. It's the newest thing. Believe me, it's just like being married.
Well, Harriet told me she doesn't particularly want to live with anyone. Well, I don't live with anyone.
You can't always believe what your children tell you. My Janie tells me I don't wear clothes. I'm wearing clothing. Not sad like a child is sick or something, but just a little sad. Janie never thinks I call because I miss her. All the girls in dancing class tell me all their problems. Their parents, their boyfriends, what they ate yesterday, what they're going to eat tomorrow. But they're not my children. Sure, I'd like to see Janie get married. And if she became a lawyer, that'd be wonderful, too. And if I could take her by the hand and just lead her, I would. I'm that sort of a mother. I remember in high school, she'd come home and she'd say, slam that door and say, Mother, what do you want from me? What do I want from her, Lily? All I want is for her to be happy and to give her a little push, but just a little one.
Well, sooner or later, you can have everything pressed.
If everything presses itself out. I don't know about you, but life isn't like those Ivy Snow commercials where the mother and the daughter compare hands. Maybe yours is, but my Janie and I don't get up at 7:50 in the morning to play golf together.
No, Harriet and I don't play golf either. Hey, did these string beans really fill you up?
You're an intelligent woman, Lily. How can a bag of string beans fill you up?
Do you ever go to Rumpelmeyer's across the street?
When my granddaughter comes into the city.
Rumpelmeyer's always had the nicest stuffed toys. I never liked those Stipe toys at FAO Schwartz.
That's because they're made in Germany.
How many grandchildren do you have?
Just one, but I'm looking forward. You know what's nice about having grandchildren? You don't have to worry about them, and they don't hop your china. They don't bang on your tea kettle.
Hey, would you like to join me for a Sunday at Rumpelmeyer's? Well, I don't have a meeting for 20 minutes, and I'm sure you could get an iced coffee and some fruit.
Why would I want fruit when they have such nice ice cream? I don't care what restaurant you go to. The fresh fruit is never fresh.
You know, I have not had a Sunday in the afternoon since I went to Bassett. Boy, this is a big day for me. Frankfurter in the park, Sunday at Rumpelmeyer's. I'm having a wonderful time.
Well, you know, he's good time with Tasha, they tell me.
Hey, do you like James Garner?
Who?
Do you watch the Rockford Five?
I turn on TV when Simon's coming home from work after dance class, but I never watch it. Only educational broadcasting and the Barbara Walker special. Did you happen to catch it last week when she had Richard Nixon on? Now, that man did all right for himself.
I beg your pardon?
Well, both his daughters married well. He traveled a lot, and he got a lot of money. You know what he was? A quacker.
Excuse me?
A Quaker. Listen, I know you people don't like to get intimate, but seeing that our daughters are really close friends, I want to tell you that I always admired you. You were always on time for every parent-teachers meeting. Not that we're not smarter than all those teachers put together, but all the other ladies come in with their Louis Vuitton bags and their manicures. But you always had something important to do. Always on time.
Thank you.
Don't have to thank me. You worked hard for it. We both worked hard for it. That's why we put out such good products. You remember Cynthia Peterson, the Michigan Cup?
Oh, yeah, does she?
Oh.
Boy, I had such a nice time in the park, I hate to go back to work.
I know.
Come on, guys.
Oh. Ready?
No,
Why not?
let's just go.
Let's go to Harriet's apartment.
Next.
Miss Bloomberg, this is Casually Kaplan Singleberry at Sesame Street. Could you come in and see us next week? 288-7808, extension 22. Thank you.
Janie, it's Harriet. Would you do me an enormous favor? Would you and Marty come to dinner tomorrow night? Paul Stewart will be there. Don't ask. I love him, I love him, I love him, and where he goes I'll follow, I'll follow, I'll follow.
My mother identifies with Jean Harris. I think Jean's problem was stopping with Dr. Tarnower. On her way up to Scarsdale, she should have just taken care of them all. Dr. Atkins, Dr. Pritikin, and that lookout in Beverly Hills who thinks it's good to live on papaya.
Monkey, Jean Harris should spend the rest of her life in jail. I hear you, Mrs. Rosen, I hear you. You know, I was up all night with her. I mean, she thinks her dialysis machine is directly connected to my phone. Is there a private one I can use?
Yeah, in the kitchen.
Thanks.
He's sweet. He's very sweet. Sometimes I look at Marty and think he's such a nice young man. I must be such a nice young girl. Never meant to be one. Last week, as we were driving up from the opening of yet another Sterling Tavern on Long Island, I had my head in his lap and he stroked my hair and called me monkey. And I thought, you have made it. Janie Jill Blumberg, you have been accepted, not even on the waiting list. So what if he calls you monkey? You prefer maybe angel, sweetheart, beauty? Ooh. Anyway, I thought, fine, it's settled, thank goodness. And I bet I can convince him that Shlomo is not the name for an American child. And as we were driving along the LIE, I was fantasizing if we would make the New York Times Sunday wedding announcement. Daughter of pioneer in interpretive dance, marries popover boy. And it was while we were approaching Syosset that I suddenly thought, I can't breathe in this car in a month from now. I'm not going to be driving up the island with Marty. And just as I thought this, and honestly almost opened the car door, I suddenly found myself kissing his hand and saying, Marty, I love you. I don't know either.
Maybe Lillian is right. Maybe life is much easier without relationships.
Do you think I should live with Marty?
Well, if you live with them, you won't have to wonder who will hold you at night, or what would happen if you don't pay your taxes, or even if you wanted to have children who you could possibly get to be the father. You won't read articles in magazines about single women and have to think of the 50 different reasons why you're different from them. You won't begin to notice younger men on the street or think, I'm not really hurting a married man's wife if I have an affair with him, because if it isn't me, it'll be somebody else. Janie, how could you sleep next to someone as nice as Marty and lie to him and say, I love you?
I do love him.
Maybe I'm just frightened. I thought we had a pact. There's nothing wrong with being alone. We can wait till it's right. How's Mrs. Rosen?
She died.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Oh.
Actually, she's not happy with her donor. I have to drive her home to ride.
Oh, I'm going up to Rye next week for a planning conference. My friend Joe Stein's driving me up there. Maybe we can take Mrs. Rosen with us.
Well, actually, I can't stay. Hospital wants me back.
Oh.
Who's Joe Stein?
Friend of Harry's. I've never met him.
Hi.
I think I got whiplash on the cab ride down here.
Sorry, are you all right?
There's no getting around safely in this city. Goddamn taxi driver went right over a pothole.
What, do you want Marty to have a look at your neck?
It's not my neck, it's my left arm. Oh my God. Maybe I'm having a heart attack.
Wait, I don't mind having a look at it.
Marty's a resident of Mount Sinai.
Nice to meet you.
This is Janie Blumberg.
The only other possibility is my doctor says I've been taking too many amateur massages.
Paul, how about a drink?
I better not with this neck thing.
I can recommend a chiropractor.
I thought chiropractors were quacks. My mother says chiropractors are quacks. She's a dancer.
Your mother's a dancer. What company is she with?
She's an independent.
Sweet gherkins? Paul, remember that TV commercial we saw a couple weeks ago? Well, Marty's father's the man who was giving away the shrimp.
I loved it! I loved it! Is the kid's name really Slow-Mo?
Yeah, the UJA is really pissed at my father for making Shlomo eat shrimp on television.
I love it. I love it.
More brie,
I love
Marty.
Oh,
Thanks.
it's good, Grandpa.
How are you feeling?
I don't know, honey. I got the sensation in my leg. Maybe it's a neurological thing.
Maybe.
Doesn't seem to be.
What's your specialty?
Kidneys.
Kid's name's really Shlomo. I love it. I love it.
You're in marketing, aren't you?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's really too boring to talk about.
I don't think it's boring. Sweet jerkin.
Anyone seen anything good recently?
Oh, God, I haven't been to a film in ages. When I get a chance, I try and read.
Anybody see that article in the Times about artificial insemination? I can see myself at 35 driving cross country to be inseminated by a turkey baster.
Turkey baster?
I'm gonna give birth to a little oven stuffer roaster.
Well, I've got to be going.
Aren't you gonna stay for dinner? There's chicken Laredo.
Really, I wouldn't leave because of the whiplash.
It was nice meeting both of you. Kathy, Beauty, I'm just a little tired.
Paul, I don't think we should see each other anymore.
Excuse me?
I want to stop.
We've been through this before.
Harriet, do you want Janie and I to get some dessert?
No, I guess.
Come on, Harriet, I've got this next thing. Your friends are here. We'll talk tomorrow. I'll call you for breakfast. What's the matter, Beauty? Do you have your period?
Nice seeing you.
Paul's just leaving to catch up on some laundry.
You knew what the parameters were here. You're a very appealing woman, Harriet. Thank you for helping me with this neck thing. Nice meeting both of you. Harriet, calm down. You're a good kid.
That man's crazy. He's the least gracious man I've ever met. In fact, he's a real douche.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for?
I shouldn't have mentioned artificial insemination.
I'm going for a walk.
When are you coming back?
Janie, you sound like Tasha. I don't know when I'm coming back.
Well, this was a real nice clam bake. I'm mighty glad I came.
Why is she seeing that guy?
Mercedes vice president of Colgate Palmolive? I don't know.
Monkey.
What?
My father wants us to come to dinner tomorrow night. It's my brother's anniversary. The whole family's going to be there.
I can't. Sesame Street called. They want to interview me. I have to stay home and work up some sketches for that giant bird.
So, you'll do it next week. What?
Nothing.
What, nothing?
Nothing.
Look, you want to interview at Sesame Street? Fine. They do nice work. But don't let it take over your life, and don't let it take over ours. That's a real
I
problem.
haven't even interviewed there yet.
Listen, you're a sweet woman. You don't want a life like that.
Like what?
Look, I have plenty of friends who marry women doctors because they think they'll have something in common. They never even see each other. Their children are raised by strangers from the Caribbean.
That's a nice way of putting it.
I have nothing against you working. I just want to make sure that we have a life.
Marty, I like my work. I may have stumbled onto something that I actually care about. I don't want to do it part-time and pretend it's real when it would be just a hobby. Honey, I want a life too. My mother walks my father to work every day. Simon and that dancer seem to have found a partnership. I'm their daughter. I want that too.
Janie, I made arrangements with the Sterling truck to move us to Brooklyn on Saturday.
Now we're going to move with a lot of shrimp and lobster tail?
Oh, what are you trying to entertain me the way you entertain Paul Stewart?
I was just...
Look, honey. You're a little disorganized. I'm a little bit of a nudge. So what'll happen if I don't make the arrangements? Either you'll live alone or you'll meet someone who's even more of a nudge.
If I'm one of the few real people you've met, why do you call me monkey?
Jesus, Janie, I am just trying to move us forward. Look, I gotta go. I'm on call this week. I'll see you Saturday.
Oh.
Okay, guys, we're going to the Four Seasons restaurant, and I guess I'll play the waiter this time.
Oh, hi. This is Vladimir. Hello, hi. I have tickets to Bruce Springsteen. I will return call.
Janie, it's Cynthia Peterson. Oh my God, I met a man on the plane to Houston. Keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play the waiter if you give me too much time to get nervous.
Everything all right with you?
I guess. I made a presentation to my boss the other day. He told me my ideas were too theoretical. Then the next day, Joe Stein says my boss presented my ideas as his own and he got them through.
Well, good for you.
Mother, I worked very hard. I don't want that man stealing my ideas.
You think it would be better to be married and have your husband steal your ideas?
What?
He's just trying to cheer you up with a depressing alternative. Look at Jean Harris. That guy would have manipulated her for the rest of her life. Oh, do me a favor, baby. Go in tomorrow and tell your boss, whoever he is, Ron, Rick, Dick, I'm sorry, but you stole my ideas and I hold you accountable. Say, do you want some dessert? Have the chocolate velvet cake and I'll take a taste.
Mother, you haven't finished not eating your lunch. You haven't finished picking all the salad dressing off of your salad or removing all the potatoes from your plate.
Tom, we'll have some chocolate velvet cake.
I remember when you used to take me here as a little girl. I told everyone in my class that we were going to the Four Seasons because you said it was very special. And I always loved coming here. And I thought you looked very beautiful in your subtle blue suits, calling all those grown men Tom, Dave. I mean, they never really knew the other women in the room. They knew my mommy. My mommy was important.
She is. Oh, Harriet, you can't blame everything on me. I wasn't home enough for you to blame everything on me.
Clever.
I thought so. Oh, hi, Bill.
Are you proud of me?
Of course. Are you proud of me?
Yes, very.
I didn't cheat you too much.
No.
Oh, have children, Harriet. It's one of the few things in life that's worthwhile. Oh, hi, Kip.
When do you stop hoping there will be some enormous change, some dam breaking, and then you'll start living your life? You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of the whole idea that everything takes work. Relationships take work, personal growth takes work, spirituality, child rearing, creativity. Well, I would like to do something simply splendidly that took absolutely no real effort at all.
Harriet, your thinking is all over the place today. What is it? Are you having an affair or something?
My boss's boss, the one you said should be further along, did nothing.
40% of the people at McKinsey are having affairs.
I know that.
See how nice it is to have a daughter in your own field? Oh, Harriet, if you want me to, I'd like to meet this guy.
It's over. He once had an interview with you.
He said you have balls.
Don't be offended, baby. Your father said the same thing. Oh, hi there, Ken. Oh, eat that cake. I have a meeting at 2:30.
Mother,
What is this youth wants to know? I'm an old lady, honey. I don't have the answers to all these things.
well, I have one more question, just one.
Oh, to get to the other side.
What?
I was giving you the answer.
That's not funny.
I'm not a funny woman. Ask me, Harry. I've got to go.
Is that cake?
Oh, can't sit around like this.
Down.
Harriet, ask your question. I'm in a hurry.
Do you think it's possible to be married or living with a man and have children that you share equal responsibility for and a career and still have time to read novels, play the piano, have women friends, and swim 3 times a week?
You mean what the women's magazines call having it all? Harriet, that's just your generation's fantasy.
No, you're being too harsh. Listen to me. What I want to know is, if you do have all those things, my generation's fantasy, then what do you want?
Needlepoint. You desperately want a needlepoint. What's the negotiation, Harriet? Do you think that a woman who comes back to work at 36 is going to have the same career as the women who've been there since their 20s? Do you think that a woman who has a child and leaves it after 2 weeks to go back to work is going to have the same relationship with that child as someone who's been there all along? It's impossible. And you show me the wonderful man with whom you're going to have it all. You tell me what he thinks when you take as many business trips as he does. Tell me who has to leave the office when the kid bumps his head on a radiator or slips on a milk carton. No, I don't think what you asked me is possible.
Okay. When you were 29, what was possible for you?
When I was your age, I realized I had to make some choices. Oh, I had a promising career, a child, and a husband. And believe me, if you have all three and you are very conscientious, you still have to choose your priorities. So, I gave some serious thought to what was important to me. What was important was a career I could be proud of and successfully bringing up a child. So, the first thing that had to go was pleasing my husband. He was a grown-up and could take care of himself. Yes, baby. Everything did take work. It was worthwhile. I never dreamed I'd be this successful or have a perfectly lovely daughter. I have a full, rich life, baby.
Mommy, what full, rich life? You watch the Rockford File reruns every night.
If a man more appealing than James Garner comes into my life, I'll make room for him too, okay, baby?
Well, I've made up my mind. I'm going to try to do it. Try to have it all.
Good for you. For your sake, I hope you can. What's the matter, Harriet? Did I disillusion you?
No, I'm afraid I'm just like you.
Oh, don't be afraid. You're younger.
Mother, you're trying my patience.
You sound just like me do.
If you were younger, I would say something nasty.
Oh, whisper it late at night. It will give you guilt and anxiety. Your sweet old mom who worked for years to support you.
Fuck off, Mother.
Don't say that to your boss. Will you, baby? Oh, honey, I like it better on your face. Oh, what? Call me Sunday. Pretend it's Mother's Day. This young lady will take the check, please. I love you, Harriet.
I love you too.
Sometime.
Sometime.
Oh, lovely lunch, Tom. Thank you.
Hey, there's never been mugged in the park?
Oh, no, I didn't.
No.
Yeah, you should try it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. In the meantime, we can go at 10K if you think you're...
I mean, Tired.
Oh, come on.
Wait, a lot of pressure out there. All those
Yeah,
people.
you'll get a Shelley Award. Don't argue.
All right.
Just
Did you get a tip?
Run, run.
Yeah.
Sam, you want to visit Oscar's?
Yes.
Monkey, sweetheart, are you there? Pick it up. Pick it up. I have to do my father a big favor tomorrow in Central Park. You and I'll have dinner in Brooklyn.
Hey, it's a parade! I love a parade! It's Captain Milty's son! Yay!
This is Dr. Murray Slimovitz standing in for my father, Captain Milty. We're here at beautiful Central Park to inaugurate the first annual Sterling Marathon.
Yay!
That's right. He's giving away spring water. He's giving away seltzer. He's giving away Carob bars. And you know what my father always said? You should only live and be happy. Here you go. Here, have one here.
Hi, Dr. Murray Slimovitz.
Well, I decided to open up my practice under my real name. What are you doing here?
I was in the neighborhood. They accepted my sketches for the giant bird. Doesn't that sign I know you're here?
I'm here because it's my responsibility to my family. Boy, I am such a schmucky nice doctor.
You're not such a schmucky nice doctor. What's the matter?
I don't understand you. I call you all last night to arrange a time for the moving truck to arrive, and you don't return my calls. And then you arrive here today ready to crack jokes. Well, Janie, what are you, some kind of home entertainment unit? Come on, honey. The truck will be at your house in an hour.
Marty, did you ever get the feeling that your whole life is changing and you don't know when you decided to make the change?
Nothing is changing. I'm offering you love. I'm offering you affection. I'm offering you attention. All you have to do is put the crates that you never unpacked on the truck, get on the Bell Parkway. You just move forward.
Marty, I can't just move forward.
You know what I think? I think you're frightened to try. You think it's a compromise. You think you're not grown up yet. That's bullshit. Maybe you think I'm just not special enough.
I think you're very special. But Marty, you took an apartment for us in Brooklyn without even telling me about it first. None of it had anything to do with me. I don't want to sneak around you, pretend I'm never angry. I don't want to be afraid of you. But most of all, I guess I want to feel not just that you'll listen. Not just that I can talk, but that you'll listen.
Well, you don't think I listen to you?
Marty, you have the answers before I ask my question.
Fine, you want to give the answers? Great. You make a decision right now. Either you move in with me tonight or we stop, and I'll make alternate arrangements.
Marty, everything by you is so simple. You want a wife, you get a wife. You drop out of Harvard twice, they always take you back. We are so much alike. We're too fucking sweet. I never say what I want, and you always get what you want.
Not necessarily. Why do you think I'm 38 years old and I'm not married? All I want is a home and a family. Something my father had so easily and I can't seem to get started on. Why? I'm a nice Jewish doctor. Women want to marry their daughters off to me all the time. Sure, I want to know where I'll live and who'll take the children to the nursery. But I wanted something special, too. Just a little. Maybe not as special as you turned out to be, but just a little. Janie, I do not want to marry anyone like my sister-in-law.
I never liked her. Marty, I wish we could throw a wedding at the plaza and your father could be Toastmaster and Harry could pick out my pattern, my mother could dance, and Shlomo could carry the rings in my father's gold envelope.
God damn it, Janie, make a decision. You want to have children with a turkey baster, that's fine. You want to write sketches for a giant bird at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's fine too. You want to come home to Cynthia Peterson's phone calls, great. You want to learn to know what it's like to live on your own, good luck to you. But it's not right for me, Janie. And I'll tell you something. It's not right for you either.
Marty, you're not right for me. If I moved in with you, I'd always be a monkey. A sweet little girl.
I have to get back to the starting business.
Marty, it's complicated.
No, it's simple. You just don't love me enough. This is Dr. Murray Schlimovitz at the first annual Sterling Marathon. Runners on your mark. Get set. Go.
Okay, guys. It's almost over. I think she should have married the guy.
Yeah?
Think
I
so?
think she should set up her own apartment. That's what I think.
Well, let's go to Harriet's apartment and find out.
Well, give her a look.
Mary's apartment being very good. Watch it is very critical.
I have good news. No, great news. Can you and Marty come over to dinner Sunday at 6? There's chicken Marengo. Bye. Harriet again. Where are you? If you guys don't show up tomorrow, I'll hock your china. I miss you.
Please hang up. There seems to be a receiver off the hook.
I thought you'd tell me I was insane.
Oh, you're not insane. Impetuous, but not insane. So, does Janie like Joe?
She's never even met Joe.
Oh, you should talk to her about him. It's important to discuss your life choices with your friends.
Mother, you're so full of homespun advice today.
Well, I had my hair done yesterday. I read a lot of those women's magazines. You and Joe will have to come over next week for some Jell-O.
Oh.
Harriet, it's me, Janie. Hi.
These are for you.
Aw.
I was afraid you'd say they're too old, they're too new, they're gold.
They're perfect.
How are you, Mrs. Cornwall?
Oh, Janie, I will know you the rest of my life, and you will always call me Mrs. Cornwall. Makes me feel good.
It's all part of a charm.
The kids in the office call me Lillian and try and pretend we're colleagues. Colleagues? I am a person of moral and intellectual superiority.
My mother deals from strength.
Speaking of strength, guess who called me? Paul Stewart. He says he likes you very much and can't understand why you don't return his phone calls. I'm awfully glad he has my number.
Is that your boss's boss? The one who was so impressed with my potency?
Well, he's my boss now. I was promoted!
Oh, I knew something good was happening here. I got the chicken Marengo message and I thought good things are happening here. Then I tried to call you, but you weren't home. And then I got busy. I was on location with the letter B to the Bahamas. Sesame Street hired me part-time. Yay!
Perhaps I should feel threatened. I'm surrounded by a generation of achieving younger women.
Oh, I don't think Janie's threatening to anyone. That's her gift.
Well, she's impressive.
Yes, I am.
So where is your nice young man? I was looking forward to meeting him. Harriet tells me she invited him to dinner.
Marty's busy tonight. They're giving a testimonial for his father at the Szechwan Taste. One of these days they're going to find out which rabbi he's paying off and close those places down.
Oh, Harriet, maybe we could have Marty's father cater your wedding. We'll be a first for the plaza. We could keep it in the family.
What? Janie, do you remember at my Whiplash party 2 weeks ago, I told you I was driving up to a planning conference with my friend Joe, who's a year ahead of me at Harvard and helped me get my job at Colgate? Well, I've been seeing a lot of him recently. And yesterday he asked me to marry him.
What?
I'm going to marry Joe Stein.
Oh, he'll be all right for a first husband. I am just kidding. You know I am thrilled, baby.
Congratulations.
I would have told you earlier, but I didn't even know what was happening, and I didn't have time to call you.
It's wonderful.
Oh, Janie, you and I will have to plan the shower together. Well, I'm off to the Ming Dynasty.
What?
I'm taking an art history class. Your mother is broadening herself, not for credit. I'll leave you to your dinner. Harriet, for the sake of your marriage, please move beyond chicken Marengo. Bye-bye, girls.
Bye.
Well, she's in a good mood.
She's been reading Red Book. So, what do you think?
It's wonderful. Mazel tov.
I didn't mean to surprise you like this. I wanted to have you and Marty to dinner. Is everything okay with Marty?
Yeah, fine.
You okay? Harry, have you thought maybe you should live with Joe first?
Better yet, maybe you should have dinner with Joe first.
I want to marry him. Janie, he's the only person who's even cared about me in a long time. He listens to me. You know, Tasha's right. You and I deserve a little nachos.
Nachos.
Joe makes me feel like I have a family. I never had a family before. I had you and Lillian, but I never felt I could have what other women just assumed they would get.
Harriet, I just want to ask you one thing. Why is it when I asked you about my marrying Marty, you said you couldn't respect a woman who didn't learn to live alone and pay her own rent? And yet the first chance you have to change your life, you grasp it.
What? Marrying Joe is just a chance that came along.
See, so you've been waiting for someone to change your life. And all that you said about women and learning to live alone and friendship was just so much social nonsense. I feel like an idiot. I made choices based on an idea that doesn't exist anymore.
What choices? Never mind. Janie, when I told you that, I didn't know what it would feel like when Paul Stewart would leave at 10 o'clock to go home to Kathy and I'd have to pretend I wasn't hurt. I didn't know what it would be like to have lunch with Lillian and think I'm on my way to watching the Rockford File reruns. Of course you should learn to live alone and pay your own rent. But I didn't know what it would be like for me when I became too good at it. I know how to come home, turn on the news, have a glass of wine, read a book, call you. What I don't know is what to do when there's someone in the house who loves me also.
I could throw this table at you.
Why, Jeannie, we're too good of friends for you to be jealous.
I'm not jealous.
Don't blame me for your doubts about Marty.
I don't blame you for anything. I'm sorry, but right now I just don't like you very much.
Why? Because I'm leaving you? Because I'm getting married?
Because our friendship didn't mean very much to you. You buy me the salt and the sugar and the bread, and then you sit there and tell me you never had a family. You never listened to me. You never told me about yourself. And that's sad.
Jeannie, I love you. But you want us to stay girls together. I'm not a girl anymore. I'm almost 30 and I'm alone.
You lied to me.
I didn't lie to you. I lied to myself. It doesn't take any strength to be alone. It's much harder to be with someone also. I want to have children and get on with my life.
What do you do? Fall in with every current the tide pulls in? First it's learn to live alone, find out what you can do, put off marriage, establish a vertical career track. So you do that for a while. And then you almost turn 30 and Time magazine announces, guess what, girls? It's time to have it all. Jacqueline Smith is married and pregnant, playing Jacqueline Kennedy. And every other stockbroker who was analyzing stocks last year is analyzing layouts this year. So you do that for a while. Who are you, Harriet? What the hell are you doing? Can't you think up some plan, some time management scheme all by yourself? Can't you take a chance?
I am taking a chance. I hardly know this man.
Well, then don't force yourself into a situation, a marriage, because it's time.
Jeannie, you're just afraid of being with someone. You're just afraid of making a choice and taking responsibility for it.
It sounds romantic.
That's life.
You are marrying a man you have been dating for 2 weeks. I am much more afraid of being alone than you are, but you don't find me turning someone into the answer for me.
Then you'll be alone.
Well then, I'll be alone. I guess I should go. I have to get up early with the letter B. If they like this, they're going to hire me full time. Charge of consonants.
Give my love to Marty.
I can't. I decided not to move with him to Brooklyn.
Oh, you'll get an apartment in Manhattan.
We broke up. I decided not to see him anymore.
Don't you miss him?
I miss him when I see someone who looks sweet like him walking down the street. And I'll miss him like tonight.
Maybe you should call him. Life is a negotiation. I don't believe. I have to believe that.
Janie, it's too painful not to grow up.
That's not the way I want to grow up.
I'm not leaving you. You don't have to separate from me.
Want me to take this out for you? Sure.
Do you think anybody ever really met someone taking out the garbage?
No.
That was pretty good, huh? They were a lot better this week than they were last week. Good show, huh? Oh my God. The audience is still here. We got one more scene. Check your fly. Daniel's apartment, but I'm in the sharing boat, Captain.
No, I don't want that.
Doris,
What makes me think? What does my heart want?
well, Papa brought the coffee.
What does it make?
Is she ever gonna unpack?
If you want to know the answer, you, oh, you. In the
Janie! Janie!
What?
Janie, it's Dad. Can we come in?
Just a second.
Janie, the super doesn't have the key.
I changed the lock.
What?
Mother, you can't come in until you repeat after me.
Simon, she's crazy.
My daughter is a grown woman.
My daughter is a grown woman.
This is her apartment.
Simon, she's crazy.
For Christ's sake, just tell her.
This is her apartment.
I am to call before I arrive.
I always call and I get your machine.
Janie, we can leave this with the doorman.
There's no doorman here.
Maybe she wants to be alone, Simon.
It's okay, Mother. The 6 truck drivers just left out the back window. I'm coming.
Sorry to bother you. We tried calling, but you don't return our call.
I've been busy, Dad. I've been on location with the letter C to Canada. They seem to like me.
Of course they do. You're my daughter.
I don't even think they know you, Mother.
Simon, just leave the pack and let's go. Your father said that Janie would look like a model in this.
You don't have to keep it unless you like it. Do you like it?
Give your father some pleasure and try it on.
No.
Oh, I think it's very nice to your face. The girls are wearing the sleeves short now.
I see girls your age wearing it when they walk their carriage.
You don't have to keep it unless you like it. You like it?
I like it. If I was 36, married to a doctor in a size 3, it would be perfect for me.
Well, then why aren't you?
You want to know why I don't call you? You expect me to pick up the phone and say, hello, Mother. Hello, Father. Here I am in my mink coat. I just came in from wearing it to walk the carriage. Everything is perfect. Everything has worked out wonderfully. Congratulations. I appreciate you.
How come she talks so much Yiddish? We never spoke so much Yiddish at home.
I'm sorry things didn't work out like you planned. There's nothing wrong with that life, but it's just not my life right now.
What are you getting so emotional about? Sit. Relax. Look at me. I never get so emotional. Janie, all we did was give you a mink coat. You'll wear it when it's cold. And if you like, you can wear it when it's hot. like the old ladies in Miami do. That's all. No big deal. Are you taking drugs? Your eyes are glossy. Dear, look at her eyes.
I don't want to look at those eyes. Honestly, Janie, I can remember you as a child. We sent you to Helena Rubinstein's charm school. She said you were an ungrateful child with the hair in your eyes and the hand hanging down.
Mrs. Rubenstein never told you I was an ungrateful child.
What did she tell us?
The receptionist at Helena Rubinstein told you I was an ungrateful child. Mother, what do you want from me? You give me a mink coat, and I know you think any daughter would appreciate this. Helena Rubinstein knows any other daughter would appreciate this. Georgette Klinger's daughter would appreciate this. I'm a selfish, spoiled person. Something is wrong with me.
Something is wrong with her. I've got to go, Simon. I have to dance and work around in my system.
Dear, relax.
I can't figure out how I can make you understand what I am doing here. Neither of you ever lived alone. Neither of you ever thought that maybe I won't have children. And what would I do with my life if I don't?
That's right. I'm wrong. You're right. I never taught you a thing.
Think about it, Mother. Did you teach me to marry a doctor and cook him chicken? You order up breakfast every morning from a Greek delicatessen. Did you teach me to go to law school and wear gray suits to a job that I sort of liked from 9 to 8? You run out of here in leg warmers and tank tops, a dancing class. Did you teach me to compromise and lie to the man I live with and tell him I love you when I wasn't sure? You live with your partner. You walked out to work every day.
Now I understand. Everything's my fault.
Oh.
I guess I should have been like all the other mothers with 40 chickens in the freezer and play mahjong every afternoon. Well, I can't live like that. God forbid. And do you think your father would have been happy with one of those blonde ladies with the diamonds? And I'll tell you something else. You and Ben must have turned out as well as you did. Because I believe people should have a little originality. Just a little, you know. Otherwise you grow old like everybody else. Let's go, Simon. Honey, you don't have to call us. You don't have to tell us how you are. You do what you want to do.
Oh, just a minute.
I'm an independent woman, too, you know. I have my dancing. I have your father. I have a beautiful grandchild, and I have Ben. I don't need you to fill up my life. Let's go, honey.
And Janie, as for me, what I'd like some Sunday, before I come over with a coffee table or a mink coat, you'd call and say, Dad, let's get together. I'd like to see you.
Oh, she doesn't want to see us.
I do want to see you. But you don't have to call me every morning to sing sunrise, sunset. And you don't have to bring me a coffee table or a mink coat or even a Russian taxi cab driver for me to marry.
What happened to him? He was a nice boy.
How can I make you understand? I think a person should have a little originality, too. Just a little, you know. Otherwise you grow old, just like everybody else. You know, Jen? I like life. Mother, sit down, relax. Let me figure it out.
But, honey, if I sit, who's going to be dancing?
Everything presses itself out.
Unfortunately, Janie, time has a funny habit of keeping on ticking. What I want to know is, who's going to take care of you when we're not here anymore?
Yeah. I guess I will. Don't worry. I'm Tasha's daughter. I know. I am.
That's right. I am.
And Janie, from a man's point of view, the next time someone wants you to make him chicken, you tell him, I was at your sister-in-law Christ's house the other day, and she ordered up lamb chops from the Madison delicatessen. How hard is it to cook lamb chops? You just stick them under the broiler. If Christ can order up lamb chops, and she's a girl from Nebraska, you don't have to make anybody chicken. Believe me, you were born to order up.
Sounds like manifest destiny.
In fact, I have the number. We could have a family dinner right now.
No, Simon, we have to go.
Goodbye, Janie.
Bye, Daddy. Oh, Mother, one more thing. Stay right there. Take back your mink.
There you go.
perfectly. Fits you perfectly. Where's my partner? Goodbye, honey. Bye.
Janie, it's Cynthia Peterson. It's my 34th birthday. I'm alone. Can't believe it. Nothing happened with Mr. Houston. You know, I should have married Mark Silverstein in college. Janie, by the time I'm 35, this is what I want. I want $100,000 a year, a husband, a baby. Janie, are you there? I hear breathing. I think someone's there. Whoever you are, there's nothing there worth taking. Janie, I met a man at the deli last night. He asked me if I wanted to have a beer in his apartment at 1 o'clock in the morning. Do you think I should have gone? There was an article in the New York Post that there are 1,000 men for every 1,123 New York Americans. And there was this picture of an eligible man. He's an actor and he likes to I like to. Do you think I should call him? Hey, how many of these 1,123 women are going to call him? How many have memberships?
While all the world is fixed, you will never. It's to be young on such a night.